My neighbor mows his lawn at 3 a.m. every night, without fail, for 23 nights in a row. I know because I've counted. And last Tuesday, I finally looked over the fence. It started on a Tuesday, the 14th of March. I remember because I'd finally, managed to fall asleep before midnight for the first time in a month. I was in that good sleep. The deep kind. The kind where you don't dream, you just rest. And then Harold started his lawnmower. Harold Briggs, 64 years old, retired schoolteacher, widower, grew the best tomatoes on our street every summer without fail, waved to me every morning, called me sport. Completely, utterly, unremarkably normal. Until 3 a.m. I checked my phone. 3:02 in the morning. I lay there for 40 minutes waiting for him to stop. He didn't stop. At 3:47, I put in earplugs and went back to sleep, telling myself it was a one-time thing. Night 2, I thought, okay, maybe he couldn't sleep. Maybe the daytime heat was too much for his old mower, and he was doing it at night. People do strange things. Night 3, I was less generous. By night 7, I was a wreck. I was making mistakes at work, forgetting sentences mid-thought. My boss asked if everything was okay at home. Fine, just a neighbor thing. I didn't know how to explain it. What do you say? Sorry, I'm exhausted because my retired neighbor mows his lawn at 3 in the morning, and I have absolutely no idea why, and it's slowly dismantling my sanity. So I said nothing. I bought better earplugs. The lawnmower was louder than the earplugs. I started watching from the window, just to understand. He moved the same way every time. Precise lines. Back and forth, for exactly 45 minutes. Then the mower would stop and his back door would click shut and the street would go dark again. By night 14, I was keeping a notebook. Night 1, 3 and 2 seconds a.m. Duration, 45 minutes. Mowed entire backyard. Full moon. No lights on in house beforehand. Night 8, 3 a.m. exactly. Duration, 45 minutes. Raining. He still did it. In the rain. Night 12, 3 and 3 seconds a.m. He paused once. 7 minutes. Then resumed. River, Casey. That's a lot of pages about a lawnmower. Casey. I know. River. Have you tried talking to him? I have. Kind of. Casey. Hey Harold, everything okay? I've been hearing the mower late at night. Harold. Oh that. Sorry about that sport. Old insomniac habit. Hope it's not bothering you too much. Casey. No, it's fine, just checking. It was not fine. But what do you do? He apologized. He seemed genuinely sorry. He's a 64-year-old widower with insomnia and the worst hobby in the history of hobbies. You go back inside. You buy noise-canceling headphones. That's what a normal person does. Night 16, something different happened. He stopped, right in the middle of a row. Just stopped. I counted. 30 seconds. 1 minute. 2 minutes. He was just standing there, in the dark, in the middle of his lawn at 3 a.m., not moving. And then he looked up. I pressed myself against the wall next to the window like I was 11 years old and had been caught out of bed. My heart was going absolutely insane. After a moment, I heard the mower start again. I didn't sleep at all that night. I told myself I was being ridiculous. He was just a man, mowing his lawn, at 3 a.m., for no apparent reason, for 16 nights in a row. Completely normal. I called River. What if something's wrong with him? Like actually wrong? Then maybe you should call someone who's equipped to help. Like a relative? Or a doctor? I don't know if he has relatives. Casey. I know. You need to look over the fence. I told myself I wouldn't do it. It was an invasion of privacy. It was paranoid. It was the kind of thing that gets people in trouble. I told myself this for 4 more nights. Night 23. I got up at 2:55 a.m., went into the backyard in my socks, and waited. Right on time. I told myself I was just going to check if he was okay. That was it. A welfare check. Completely reasonable. I pulled myself up and looked over the fence. The first thing I thought was, that is a lot of grass. Harold's backyard is bigger than I realized. Long and wide and perfectly flat. The kind of lawn you see in gardening magazines. And then I noticed something else. Near the back fence, his back fence, not mine, there was a patch. A rectangle of lawn, maybe 6 feet by 3, where the grass was a slightly different color. Greener. More recent. Fresh turf. And then Harold turned around. We looked at each other for what felt like a very long time. Then Harold walked over to the fence, stopped about 6 feet away, looked up at me. Sport. Harold. He looked at the rectangle of turf in the corner, then back at me. I suppose you've been wondering. 23 nights. Her name was Pepper, 14 years old. Best dog I ever had. She died on the 14th of March. In her sleep, right there in the garden. In the corner where she always liked to lie. I buried her there myself. And I don't know why, but I can't stop checking. The ground's settling. Worried it'll look wrong in the morning. That somehow it'll be obvious what's there and someone will. I don't know. I just keep. She was the last thing I had of Eleanor. My wife picked her out as a puppy, and she used to say Pepper was the only one who ever listened to her properly. I'm sorry about the noise. I really am. I don't even realize I'm doing it sometimes. I come out here and I just mow. I didn't say anything for a while. What do you say to that? Eventually I said, do you want to come over? I've got the kettle on. Well, I had it on about 40 minutes ago, but I can boil it again. I think I'd like that very much, Sport. Yes. Harold Briggs mowed his lawn every night at 3 a.m. for 23 nights because grief doesn't keep business hours. And sometimes all you can do with the unbearable weight of missing someone is go outside in the dark and do something with your hands. I know this because I've done the same, just not with a lawnmower. Hold on the quiet rectangle of turf in the corner of Harold's yard. Moonlit. Peaceful. Harold didn't mow that night after we talked, or the night after. He did start again the following Tuesday. I heard the mower at 3 a.m. and lay there listening to it in the dark. But this time I didn't feel dread. I felt like someone was keeping watch. The way you do when you love someone you've lost. I turned over and went back to sleep.